distract you from it. Now, the good thing with that research is it's hard for people to think about too many things at once. So once you distract them, it's hard for people to continue to think about what else is happening out there. It tends to be very effective. So you can distract people and go through. And so there is one in terms of it is a specific thing that causes stress, and if you need to be distracted, is go in that world. And I think if I remember, I think it was a company called Wellness VR. No, I think it was Applied VR. Applied VR is the one I think that did that. So they would use it for the company Wellness VR. I think was a stress relief company. So I think the meditation one, a lot of them you can get into interesting world. There will be a beach. There's a lot of those that put you in different settings that can decrease the stress, and it can be very powerful. And the combination of what you look at, what you listen to, works well. So I think there you have. That's where you probably have the majority of the companies now trying to go through and tackle that. I think where there's less work, and if you look at opportunities, it's trying to figure out what else it is that you can do that will give you stress relief. And I remember reading research, for example, they looked at and I think these were not seniors, but people in the 50s and 60s, and they had them just do a walk, and they had people one walk through a forest and one walk through a city, just a cityscape. And they found out that if you walk through the cityscape, you actually end up being stressed at the end of it. But if you walk through a forest, you come up feeling a lot less stressed than you do walking through the cityscape. So they found that there are ways, if you want to relax people, one is you can sit and do the beach, but you can actually probably go through and combine it with something that's a health benefit of having a walk through the right setting, right sounds. And what they found that the key part of the research was the fact that when you walk through a city, your brain is too active. You need to look at the signs crossing the street, you need to look at the cars, you need to look at pedestrians. But if you put yourself in a setting where you can let all that drop and relax more, it ends up being just so much better. And so I think there is a chance in terms of thinking about how do you find the right settings, maybe combine relaxation with something else. But the hard part, I think, is also there is how do you get people to do it? And whenever I've looked at these relaxation, getting people to do it for more than 90 days is a really tough measure. So I think the only way you can do it is you need to come up with an adaptive framework that rather than thinking about it, I'm taking time off to relax, you need to get something that people are doing that helps them relax and is engaging enough that they'll keep on doing it over time. And it might be combining this, I think, with social connectivity. Well, maybe the two of us will go and walk through a forest, or maybe there's a way to connect it with children. Actually, we haven't talked about children at all. I actually do think children can often be a key because people like connecting a lot more with children. If you have a walk in the forest where you're playing hide and seek with a child, that has a much higher chance of succeeding than walk on your own. So I think that could be the good thing with children overall is children they love the virtual world. They can instantaneously jump into it. Older people love engaging with children a lot. A lot of them are happy to do it. They're also receptive of learning about technology from younger people. It's much easier to have a younger child go through and explain to them how to use it, and they'll be more receptive than a 30-year-old someone to explain to them how to use it. So I think that might be a good way of saying, how do we come up with something that's fun, they want to do, provides relaxation, and they can go through. And after any of these applications, it is 90-day. You want to see, how long is it before half the people have stopped using it. And I would measure that very accurately. If it doesn't change, it doesn't adapt, um,